Fuck it, we're making it happen. No going back. Getting those gauge cluster clips back on. I did respray them, so they do look pretty nice. There you go. Just one quick peek at what we got here. And all those right down there. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten all those down. Up next are the controls. Once again, start from left to right with the lamp controls. So last time you got, come on, focus. Lamp controls here, and all you got to do is push the button here, and ideally this should come right out, just like that. And then here's the new nut that I decided to replace the old one with. So next time it'll be easier to take out. You don't need no special tool. So this will go in the back. There's a nut right in there, a bolt right in there, and we should be good. So while I was starting to put on the controls for the car, I almost forgot I had to put these on first. So I'm gonna do just that. Okay. So putting these on. And I want to remind you to use these 3/8 hollow nuts to hold them on there. So the curved end goes right over the steering wheel. Just like that. Now to do the other side, that's going to be a challenge, but I'll get it done. Okay, so you're ready to put on the other one here. You're laying on the ground right now, almost in borderline selfie mode, but look at that. That's looking good. And then with the little nut pieces in hand, start threading on the little bits from the back here. It's a little difficult. This side would be easy, this side not as much. So that's why I'm laying down here right now. So, okay, let's try this again. Okay, so having everything right where we need it now, I can finally put this in. Button, pull that out, and screw this. So it turns out I do have a particular tool that helps with that. It's very, very handy. That's how easily I could get this threaded in. Wow, look at that. So this tool basically came with my new lock kit, so new locks for the doors, new ignition cylinder, and new trunk and glove box as well. So there we go. Okay, and just insert the rod in. There we go. Works. So next up is the wiper control. This one's pretty simple too. It's really put in, stuck in there with a set screw. So you get that. Come on. There you go. You just put it on there, fasten the screw, and it'll be on there. And once again, come on, focus. I placed a nut with a better version that uses the notches on the side. So that's what I'm gonna go do with that. So seeing this will go into this right here. Guess it wouldn't hurt to adjust this. Okay, I see here. So a lot of these are indexed by certain notches in the holes here. So you can see that there is a flat side. That makes sense on this bottom corner here. So that indexes with this. It's hard to tell, but you can see, yeah, right there. So directly atop right here is the flat side. If you could barely see that. So it'll technically be indexed this way where the flat side's pointing in that direction. Knowing that, you can sort of line up, you line up where the pins will be. So two pins up vertically. Now line up with the plug. See if I could do this here. So I'm going to put this washer goes in just that one way. Go ahead and put that. Oh, I forgot to get that tool. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fasten that in. Never mind, I lied. The tool doesn't really do anything at this point because it comes out further. And all you could really do here is just get like a screwdriver and, without slipping, just push it along. And there's a U-notch. See that? Yeah, simple enough. Just line it up, slip it on, put in the set screw. Nice. There we go. We should have our notches. Stands like a two position. Yep. Push one and 1, 2, and push. Nice. Up next, ignition. And same deal here. You can see, come on, there is a flat side. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Yeah, you can. There you go. Now you can see it. There's a flat side, which once again helps index the ignition. I guess you could call it the ignition cylinder here. And there it is. There's a flat side there, so you know exactly how it's going to go in. And I think I may have to pop this out again, just so I could capture in like the castle nut type piece. Yeah. Yep, so this has got to come out. Use that special tool again, pop it out with the key, and try again. Okay, so here it is. We have our lock. This is the new one for the new keys. So you got like a little safety pin here. I'm trying to remember how it worked again. You need to put the key in. And instead of going right, you want it to be able to go left, counterclockwise. So it's like you push it in and you sort of try to work it the other way. There we go. It somehow went left. So you push down on it. And so it went one notch counterclockwise, and I think you need to keep going. There we go. And there we go. It comes out like that. And I'm gonna, while it's like that, I'm gonna go ahead and install this. Just so you can see it. I'm gonna go ahead and plug the plug into here. I can remember how it was set up here. Yep, that's it. And all you gotta do is just now index the flat side. And And also note, there's just one loose wire. It's this one. This one goes to the gauge cluster itself on the dash, and I think this one, suspiciously having a similar indexed hole, I think this will be sandwiched in there. Something like that, if you could see that before installing it in. So I'm going to do just that, because I remember this was hanging out somewhere, but I didn't remember where. Definitely wasn't this side. Had to be on the inside. Yeah. Looks about better. It's enough to fasten the castle nut on. Cool. Don't want to scratch too much here. It's already scratched up, but okay. And all that's left is let's get this in here. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. And last but not least was the cigarette lighter. This one was by far the oddest design, really, because you had like this weird sleeve that was threaded from the inside that threaded onto here. God, it's a bit rusty, but yeah, it's still got some life left in it. These aren't too hard to get out, so worst case scenario, I could just pop it out. So from what it seems like, this slips on in like that, and then this just screws on from the back. And just use a little pin. Pretty sure it's one of these little orange wires. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna go stick this in, and I'm gonna go screw it in like that. So it should be good. One last tip again, just like the way I took it out. Probably best to stick a screwdriver in there and one of those slots to hold this piece in while you torque the other side. And that way you'll fasten it in, and then all you gotta do is just plug in the single pin on the single pin on the back. Nice. With now all the controls back in, just gonna button up a few more things, such as a few loose light bulbs, any relays and whatnot. Just make sure to fasten them down, and then next, that's going in. Not the glove box, the heater core. Okay, going back in the order that I took everything off. So I think the dash pad comes on, and any leftover aluminum trim goes back on before I start putting in the gauge cluster and the other stuff down here. So let's get to that. And right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but one of them is missing, so 6 will do. 6 of these oddly flat nuts. Okay. Come on, there we go. They look like this. So of course there's damage on here that probably not going to get fixed. Chances are I'm just going to put a cover on it, because the replacements of these are expensive. And to get this car running, probably won't need to buy another one. I'll be alright. Okay, so we got trim here. Let's get some light on that. So we got our metal trim right here. I think this one's steel. This is quite heavy. I believe this badge is maybe aluminum and steel, but let's get it. Here we go. Impala. let's get her on. So this one uses the hollow nuts. She's got 3 of them. These are on the smaller side there. Come on, focus. There you go. These are much smaller, so. I went ahead, installed that kick panel vent right back in. That one was a little difficult, clean everything up. Put that back in. Next, these 2 guys, heater core and blower. So let's get that done. Back in the parts room to find the stuff I've got ready to go. So just gonna get the blower going and this one ready to pop into the car. Got the assemblies ready to put in here. So let's get this started. Starting with this guy. Get him in, line these up, then bolt him on the other side. So at this point, it's just a matter of getting this thing lined up. So I knew I was doing something wrong, I forgot. I need to sandwich the blower outside here and then the nuts come on. So now I need to figure out how to make sure this stays. If I take off all these nuts, it should stay. Okay, so I stuck a little thing of zip tie right here, try to tighten it down. Maybe that'll hold it against it, maybe not. But so far I loosened everything. Oh yeah, this will work. Okay, perfect. This will be a tough one. Using the wonders of an Amazon box, I was able to keep that held back up. So now my job will be 10 times easier. Look at that. I figured it'd be easier to go ahead and just put a little bit of a RTV just around the edges. That way I can stick the gasket on there, make it way easier because there's no way it's holding up on that. And there we go. It's on there, it's applied. And it will stay just enough for it to have it installed. There we go. Nice. And I know on, I think maybe this one, I think 2 of them have little, one of them has one of these here, the wire supports. So I forgot which one it was. Oh, it's this one right here. If you can see that one way down there. So I'm gonna go slip this one under there, just like that. And the other one, I believe, it's right here. Yes. And then the wire that goes to the blower will hang up under here, come up, and plug right in. Now you got these 2 bolts that hold that end, and then the one on top. Now I'm really debating whether I want to actually put this back in here, but it should be okay. This was the reason I had to take this entire fender off. So I'm just going to leave it right here, just like that. There we go. Alright, she is in. She's looking pretty good. She's on there. Yep. Okay, now that the heater core's in, just had to do some last minute rounding some wires out of the way using the hangers. Went ahead and cleaned the contact for the resistor and sprayed this out. Make sure to clean it up. So I should be good to go. It's cleaned out. Just gotta, just like that. See as far as it goes. So to once again be proactive, see the problems I saw last time. Make sure that the cables, mechanical cables here, run behind the case. There you go. Make sure they go behind the case. I've had some right here, and then the defrost vent like smash these right here. So let's run these behind. Shoot, probably behind this one, and then they'll all U-turn here where the air controls will be. There we go, just like that. So I have these two running behind the one. I believe this one goes to the defrost vent, and then yes. Okay, so I'm getting to the point where I need to install the gauge cluster, gauges, all the electrical, and this would be the perfect time to go ahead and try to clean up the fogginess and scratches on here. Try to do some polishing, or use some of this compound. It says it removes cloudiness. I just went through the AutoZone, just got something. Removes cloudiness, yellowing, oxidation. So this is, looks like this is exactly what it is. So let's see if we could get rid of this stuff. Right, today we finally get the gauge cluster installed. So it's always handy to have assorted clips kit or something. This one cost me like $10 on Amazon. So this one going for the closest one, 4mm, slightly undersized, but it'll fit with the screws. So these be the type of screws that will be going inside. There's 5 of them. Now we'll hook this up onto the freaking dash. Look at it again. Got the speedo cable in. That was a little difficult. And there was another ground cable somewhere. Here we go. So there was a ground cable down here that needs to go on the gauge cluster. So here I'm using just another screw I got from the kit. I think they fit on here. So oh yeah. Okay. Let's get this situated right. So here it is. At least this one's being held on with 4 screws. Basically just put it on and just enjoy driving the car. Let's see if we can set this in just like that. Beautiful. This is going well. I forget. I'm not putting that gauge in. Gauge cluster. Jeez. I gotta check that back out again. Okay, note to self, before putting this in, put that dang upper vent in, because this thing is just hitting everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the 4 that are bolting it in, and I'm just gonna turn it out just to give me more room. Yep. So I think the vent was inserted through the top. Fuck. Okay, let's try this again. Goes in like this. Probably goes in like this. Yep. It's that easy. Alright, so got the vent in. All it took was like 3 screws, 1, 2, and then 1 way over there on that side. Just get it on that side, but now that that's in, I'm gonna put the gauge cluster back in, plug it all in, do all that stuff, and then we'll move on to the heater control. Okay, heater controls. Putting this back together, I went ahead and added some dielectric grease on here, just in case. I'm just gonna go ahead and fish out the pull controls. I'm gonna go ahead and install it on here back to the way it was. As always, it's a good idea to have your bolts bags or your screws bags. Try to keep track of everything. And I do record everything just so I could put everything back together again. And so all I got was 2. There's probably a 3rd one somewhere. These little flat retaining discs. But I'll just use the 2, and then I got the 3 little screws. So from what it looks like, you got a fan, hot and cold, and then defroster. So luckily when I get the ground out of the way, pull these cables, I did make sure to label them. So it looks like it goes in like that. Just like that. I'll get my glove caught on there. Seems simple enough. Guys. Well. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's get that on there. There we go, just like that. And then finally we got the defrost. Just like that. Pop this one on. Nice. Third one doesn't have one, but that's okay. And on. Door to the heater coil. You could hear it. Okay, and then defroster. That's a bit of a problem there. I know this one has the broken retention piece. There's a plastic bit. You see it? Plastic bit that travels on the rail. Usually when you push it all the way to the end, it clicks right in, retains it. See this one? Click, has it in there. Fortunately the defroster does not. It broke and it just springs back. Okay, so I was talking about the retention thing. Now that is a problem, but it's not that wasn't the reason. Turns out, if you look at this, come on, if I turn this off, maybe. There we go. There's that tab right there on the right. Yeah, so you see the scrape mark. So that is like a little spring that holds the flap up and down. It was I think tensioned a little too strong, so now it should be good. Let me see if I can do it now. See if you can see this. Yeah, there it goes. And then all the way close. So now it goes both ways now. Beautiful. Just wish you could see the dang light. There we go. Close the defrost. Open the defrost. So last few things before I put this in, just a note. You got that little hole right there. That's where the little bulb pops right in, and of course the plug here with the 4 prongs goes right there. It's like a T shape, so simple enough. Oh yeah, and four screws right to the top there. And it should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so like I mentioned before, get the bulb, and then you got the plug. So I'm going to do the bulb first. And that just goes right in there. If I can handle that. Sort of doing this, looking through the camera. I wonder if it's a twist or just a push on. To get a twist. We'll see. Okay, so the bulb you just push it right in, and so now for the plug, it's like a T basically, and then that just goes right on there, like so. And you just gotta push that right on. Neighbor's dog screaming bloody murder. So I won't put in the radio just yet. These are the super short screws, the little flat heads. Yep, don't even need to apply much force to these guys. There we go. You know, to hide away all the ugliness. With more ugliness. Nah, I'm kidding. Scratching the dash already. Wonderful. I don't mind scratches. I just don't like rust. If it just pushes right in. Are these all like screwing in partially sideways? Yeah, it looks like it. And here we have a box that's too big for the job, but hey, that'll work. Okay. Nice brand new fiber glove box. Even though it's brand new, I still want to treat it very, very gently. Ooh, what's I guess shout out to these guys. Since I have no AC, this is the one I got. Alright. There's the door there. Let's get to work. Like, there's honestly really no way for me to fit this thing in here without accidentally tearing it up. It's like, I thought you could maybe try to fold this. It would try to fold in like it wants to, maybe. Still, I'm really scared of, it's brand new and I'm terrified of trying to tear it. Still, like, the edges are, shoot, like, you got that much. I'm trying to think you could slip it in off to the side here, because it goes in like this. It'll sit in there like this. So I'm trying to go in at angles. I'm trying to not tear this thing up. From the looks of it, it looks like before you put this in, you really just whoop, go up under and rest it right on. And I didn't know about that. Well then, how are you supposed to plug this thing in? You needed this out. I'll figure it out. So, got it started by wedging it in. This sort of, being paper, it is soft, so maybe I could just work its way in. If it tears up the edges, maybe that's fine. Maybe. I honestly don't know if I'm doing this right or if I'm just really, see it's folding this end up. What am I doing? I might be onto something here. I really am. Come on, get in there. It's all just on the edges. Wow, that is sturdy, isn't it? I should just do a disclaimer. This is definitely 100% not the way to do it. But it is a way. And fuck it. We're getting it. Oh, fuck. Fuck it, we're making it happen. No going back. This is not right, but shoot, we're gonna make it right. Ow, okay. Alright, I'm just gonna start out today something easy. The glove box. I thought I was just gonna pop right in with a little bit of folding and flexing. And let's see what we got. Push from the inside here and oh god. Oh fuck. Okay. It's in. But at what cost? Okay, so got the 3 holes on the bottom, and if I remember, I reviewed my videos, there's this little plate here, and this goes right there on the top, and then you screw right through it all. Right now, this glove box is looking pretty narrow, so hopefully that focuses. Like, these line up. Now, by any miracle, will 3 line up? Close enough. Okay, went ahead and screwed the rest of the screws in. Wasn't too terrible. So this one I'm going to go ahead and get the door on. So this slips in, stays like that, and I guess it hinges on there. Can I latch it closed? Potentially, and then, oh yes, she'll do. Sorry. Air box. Man, this glove box is more of a pain than I'd ever imagined. Holy crap. There we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. That is wonderful. Effortless. Oh, that worked out way better than I thought.